And now that we have our data ready, so we said we drag the dates in the rows area, and then for the price we are going to drop it in the values areas, or rather in the values area. Once you've done that, remember we now have a very large data, so we are going to sort this, or rather we are going to filter this data into quarters. So we're going to work with the current quarter. Remember, currently we are in quarter 4, and basically a year has 4 quarters, and we have quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4, and each and every quarter carries 3 months. So January, Feb, and March, that is quarter 1. April, May, June, quarter 2. July, August, September, quarter 3. October, November, December, quarter 4. So we're going to filter to date filter. We're going to do date filter, and now we are going to work with the current quarter. That is quarter 4, from September to December for the 3 years. Once you've done that, we've at least we now have few data. We have few data that we can work with. Now we want in this quarter 4 for 2025, basically we want to see has the price been increasing? Yes, has the price of gold been increasing over the period in quarter 4, or has been decreasing? Or what we want to trace, we want to trace the trend, so that we can be able maybe to predict the future direction of this price. Once you've done that, once you've date filtered to the current quarter, we are going to now do what we refer to as, or rather we are going to now include the pivot charts. So to do that, you will just go to insert. Once your data is ready, you're going to click insert. Once you've selected insert, what we want to use is the pivot charts. We have different pivot charts, or other types of charts that we can use to represent our data with. So you select the pivot chart, and you're going to be taken to another area where you can now select the chart of your desire. And in this case, for financial data, if you want to basically know the trend of a certain asset, you basically, the best thing or the best chart to use to represent your data will be the line chart. So we're going to use the line chart, and then you click once you've selected the line chart, you basically click at the center of this chart, so that it will be employed in the current worksheet that we're using. And boom, it's here in the current worksheet that we have. And to do the customization, basically you might wish, or you might want to make your chart a bit appealing. This is where now your editing skills, or rather not actually editing, customization. This is where you do your customization. You can opt to give your chart a title, and remember, there is no chart that is valid without a chart title. So we are going to add the title, and we are going to say quarter 4 2025 gold prices. You can as well apply colors for your in your title. So just select and then select color of your desire that way. And then if you want to have a different outlook of your chart, you're going to use this the second item in our chart, this one, the one that looks like a pen. So going to click on it, and you're going to have a variety of charts that you can actually employ or use so that your data can be a bit appealing. And remember, do not over customize your chart, because if you over customize it, then the noise becomes more, or your chart becomes noisy, making it difficult to actually interpret that chart. You realize as I sweep from style 1 to style 2, the data kind of looks for this one it looks messy, for this one looks messy as well, for this one it's a bit it's cool, it's actually cool. And then for style 4, what it has done, it's trying to do data smoothing, trying to smooth your data so that we don't have any sharp peaks. It's smoothing. So I think we're going to go with style number 1. And then for colors, we can choose let's go with let's actually use the default color, the blue one, that way. For if you want to get rid of the charts, or rather of the x-axis and the y-axis, this is where you do your chart, or rather you customize your chart elements. You can choose to omit the axis, which is not advisable, because your data won't be communicating anything. It's just a trend line that doesn't make any sense, because we don't know what it represents, which date, and where is actually the value of a specific date. So it's not advisable to omit the chart. We have the axis title. You can opt to include the chart title, where the x-axis will be the price of gold, and the y, not actually the other way, the x-axis will be the dates in quarter 4, and the y-axis will be price of gold. The chart title, of course, we have it, it's a must. Data labels, if you want your data to be labeled, it will look messy. It's not advisable to do that, not unless you're using the bar charts. That is when you can now use the data label. If you want to have a data table that gives you a summary of whatever is happening in the chart, you can opt to select that one, and the table will basically be plotted below your chart. If you want to have error bars, basically indicating the highest and the lowest point at a specific duration, you can opt to do that. If you want to have grid lines, or to omit the grid lines, your chart will look like that, but grid lines makes a lot of sense, because it helps you do the price allocation with ease. If you want to have legends or not, it's up to you. If you want to have a trend line, basically you're not supposed, it actually doesn't make sense if we try to draw a trend line, because it basically tries to cut across where we have an average of the whole data, where the price actually averages. Yes, so let us get rid of the trend line, and then you can opt to use the bars up and the bars down, and that won't apply in this kind of a chart. It applies to the histogram. Yes, that is how you do your chart customization. Now let's revert. Let's give our title a decent color, that way. Now we've done data cleaning. We've filtered our data. We've sorted our data. Not actually sorting. We've not sorted the data because we said you only sort your data when you want your values to be either increasing or decreasing. And basically, what will happen? Your trend won't be actually indicating the trend of the gold prices, because it will basically, if it's in an uptrend, it will go in an uptrend. If you sort your data in a decreasing in an increasing manner, if you use the decreasing manner, your data will be in a downtrend, so you won't be able to know which value is for which date. So it's not advisable when you're using the financial data to organize your data, or rather sort your data in a decreasing or increasing manner. Now that we've created our chart, you might wonder, we said we are going to do an interactive dashboard, to come up with an interactive dashboard. For interactive dashboard, remember the definition of what an interactive dashboard is. We said a dashboard is basically it's a compilation of charts of the analysis that you've done. There may be line charts, there may be pie chart, there may be a histogram, etc. So the current working sheet that we are actually working on doesn't qualify to be a dashboard, because it has the data, or rather it has the pivot fields, and it has the data, and also it has the chart. But for you to say that this is a dashboard, it is only supposed to have the charts only. And that is why when you're coming up with a dashboard, you need to open a new working sheet. You need to open a new working sheet. Just a moment. So you're going to open a new worksheet, and then rename it to dashboard. Now this is where you'll now be pasting your charts. Once you do the analysis and you come up with a chart that is a summary of everything that is happening in your data, you're going to copy that chart. And how do you do that? You basically locate any corner of this chart and then right click and then you copy. Once you've copied, go to your dashboard, click anywhere and then paste, Control V, or right click and then select the paste option. Once you've done that, ensure that your chart is not too big, neither is it too small. That way. Now it depends. For you to do the chart sizing, you really need to factor in how many charts you're going to include in your dashboard. And boom, that is how we come up with an interactive dashboard. That is how we come up with an interactive dashboard. As we've said, we were actually to cover the dashboard because many of you were asking what a dashboard is and how you can do it. And if you want to learn more, basically this is just an introductory part of how we use the dashboard. If you want to learn more, you can enroll the advanced Excel course with us from the website, or you can email us via the email that I shared, that is info, this one, info@sgb.ac.ke, or you can register or enroll for that particular course from our website, that is www.sgb.ac.ke, under the School of ICT. You can look, or rather you can have a view of different tools that we offer or we use to train data analysis. We have SPSS, we have Stata, we have the current one, the advanced, or rather the Excel, or what we refer to as advanced Excel. We have Tableau, we have Power BI, we have SQL, we have analysis using Python, we have analysis using R software. So the one that fits you, it's you to choose. Visit our website and check what we have for you. Thank you. This was prepared in courtesy of Traction School of Governance and Business. Thank you.